she gave it to the mentally unstable one. To lead the tour. Are you guys nervous? No. Vad är vänner ler om det? Shit. What's that?
Maybe because there are 6 people that haven't showed up.
My legs are burning. And you're black.
Hello, how many are you?
3.
3, please come.
Have in Sweden. So if you just sit on your ass and hold on, you will be perfectly fine, all of you. Okay, all right. Now the thing is this: when we go into the water, the best thing that the children knows, the kids, the best thing they know is when we do a big splash when we go into the water. Okay, but then we need a lot of energy from you guys. Otherwise, we're gonna do one of those. I don't know what to call it. Oh, you guys, you're gonna have Esther here. She's gonna show up here in just a moment, and then you will be able to depart. All right.
Feeling this beautiful day.
Awesome.
Yes. Yay. Så har vi några named after Astrid Lindgren actually. And this is a pretty heavy lady. She weighs about 10 tons without passengers. She is 3.5 meters high and will become 2.5 meters when we hit the water, if everything goes as it should go. But you know, this could be Titanic, this could be, you know, we might end up in the water, we might end up in the skies, maybe have wings and fly away. You never know what happens on Ocean Bus. Every day is a new adventure. And we are right now, of course, in the capital of Scandinavia. Am I right? Stockholm is capital? Yes. And we are heading towards the Royal Dramatic Theatre, which is soon straight ahead. And this building is from 1778, but the theater opened its doors to the public in 1907 actually. And in the theater we have 5 big scenes. The biggest scene has 770 seats. There's also something in here called the Royal Box. And what does the Royal Box mean? Is it a small little box where the royals are like pumped together? Or like is it where they fight and hit each other and box each other in the face? No, of course it's not none of that, but it's actually where the royals are seated on a beautiful balcony, and it's located more so the audience can watch the royals more than the royals can watch the actual show, which is very interesting. Because you know, in Sweden, you know, the royals are like somewhere up here. We call that they have blue blood actually, and us normal people are where, like, you know, normal down here, you know. So it's like that here in Sweden actually. It is what it is. And here in the theater we have about 1,000 performances each year. So if you are an aspiring actor, this is exactly sponsored. Do we have any Star Wars fans in here maybe? Yes, okay. This is a statue of August Strindberg. He's a very famous writer. And who was Birger Jarl? Have you heard about this guy? No, of course. He was the founder of Stockholm in 1252. So this city is very old. Yeah. Like us. We're not old. Well, now guys, here you can find all of the fancy brands, all of the rich people, no students whatsoever. They buy their Louis Vuitton bags. You know, we have Prada, we have Mulberry, we have Burberry, Chanel and Blue. Till the morning, can I hear a whoop, 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 whoop. There we go, guys. So maybe we can party later. Call me, okay? Here. And in the 1920s, 2 guys met here during a crayfish party, and they got very drunk. They had a lot of Long Islands, you know, those are a bit dangerous. And one of the guys had a great idea of a big invention. It was a Swedish car brand. What Swedish car brand would I be talking about?
Volvo.
Yes, good job guys. The last time I had like a half boss of Swedish people, nobody said anything, so I was like, hello, Volvo, Swedish people, come on. You know Volvo, perfect. And that is exactly why Volvo treats their employees to crayfish party every August to remember these 2 drunk guys. Yes. And here coming on, we're gonna see a mushroom right here on the right hand side. I mean, we have a lot of beautiful mushrooms in the woods here in Sweden. Like, I mean, like, you know, normal mushrooms, not like the other weird, you know, normal mushrooms. And this is the most beautiful one in my opinion. It was built in 1989. And there used to be another mushroom in its place, which was somewhere over there, and that was built in 1937. But the reason why they changed the spot is because we changed right-hand traffic. So we had to move it to another location. And some people were upset with this because some people really hated this mushroom. But you know, it's part of this part of Stockholm, so we wanted the mushroom still. It's so beautiful. And you know, if you're gonna go for a date tonight maybe, or meet up with a friend, you can say "Vi ses vid svampen," which means basically I'll meet you up by the mushroom. This is a typical meeting spot if you're gonna go out to club later. And second oldest park in Stockholm. And humle translates into hops. And hops is the main ingredient of what we drink every Friday night. Main ingredient? Beer. Beer. Or as we say in Swedish when we party, bira, 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 bash, bash, bash. Or just öl, which is like the typical word for it. So everyone say it together? Öl. And it's spelled like, you know, this weird O letter with 2 dots. Yeah. Bit strange that you say öl. Now you know that? Great. If you want to go there, you can just walk over straight ahead over the bridge and you will get straight to there. And Djurgården has some history to it. In the 1400s, this used to be the king's private hunting area. But, and then in the 1700s, we had another king. His name was Kung Adolf Fredrik. And he did not like killing animals whatsoever. He was a vegan. I don't know, but maybe he was a vegan. Because he didn't want to kill animals, you know, he ate tofu. So he decided, I'm gonna open up the island for all the vegans. So, since the 1700s, Djurgården has been open for everyone basically, and we have 15 million visitors each year, and it's of course the top 1 attraction. And take a look now on your right hand side, you're gonna see 4 different Viking gods guarding each side of the bridge right here. And look at that guy over there, he's holding a big horn. And that guy is named Heimdall. And who is Heimdall and who are the Viking gods? Have you heard about this? I mean, it's more from the Nordic countries, but like during the Viking times here in Sweden, life was extremely hard. So we needed some kind of gods to believe in. So this name in Swedish is called Asatron, which is like Asa belief. And there we have like gods like Heimdall, Thor, Frigg, Freya. And have you heard about, you know, Thor? He controls the thunder. Maybe you've seen that movie Thor from Marvel, yes. It's basically that, like imagine the Marvel things, but like as gods. And we believed in them. Exactly that. On a tour, you know. Saudi Arabia, US, UK, Great Britain, and we have Finland and Norway, and you know, many others here. The 12 beautiful villas, and most of these were built in the 1920s, 1930s. And coming up here on your left hand side we have the English church. This is the smallest church in Stockholm. It was moved here in 1914 because there was a graveyard here, and a graveyard of course needs a church. So they moved it from another location here to have a church to the graveyard. Yeah, we all see this movie and we know how it ends with a big crash, kaboom, and everything falls apart, and you know, Jack and Rose on the float. And why didn't both survive? There was place on the float. Hello? Like, I understand there was a place for both of them, but one of them had to die. Don't know why, it's the drama of the movies, I guess. So, we need to prepare ourselves if we end up like Titanic in the water, like if we split in 2. So we have some kind of safety on this ocean bus adventure thing. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Ah. And we made it. A big applause for the We have another construction bus coming up on the left hand side. Are we ready to scream at them? Are we ready to show that we are better than them? Yeah, because we are. We are the queens, we are the kings, okay? Okay, I think we were better. Thank you. Alright guys, have you heard this song? It's a very good one. It's the captain's favorite. If you want to sing along, it's very nice. We're still floating, okay, that's great. And take a look on the left side, we have actually Djurgården, which I mentioned before, used to be the king's private hunting area, but now it's open for everyone, of course. And soon, take a look on your left hand side, or straight ahead. You're gonna see a big roof behind the trees. And this is actually the Nordic Museum. The building is from 1907, and it is actually Sweden's biggest culture historian museum. If you want to go in there, you can learn about work life in Sweden and also normal life from the 1500s up until modern time, if you want to learn about that. Very interesting. And also the Nordic Museum has one of the biggest rooms in entire of Sweden, if you're not including churches, of course. The big hall in there is as big as 127 meters long. Let me say that again. 127 meters long and 24 meters high. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So it's right behind here. We're gonna see it better from when we go on the other side as well. And a couple of people have been to this museum. The first one is our king. He is today 78. And you know, 8 years ago, how old was he? 70. Oh wow, yeah, great math. Yeah, so when he celebrated his 70th birthday, he actually partied, believe this or not, he partied for 3 whole days. Which is a very good if you're 70. I mean, yeah. And he was actually partying here one of the days inside the Nordic Museum. Like I said, it has one of the biggest rooms. He wanted to have a big room, so he rented the Nordic Museum for his party, of course. And coming up here on the left-hand side, we're soon gonna see a blue gate. This blue gate is a reminder of that this island is now open. The gate used to be closed off before. And then you might be wondering, like, how does this thing work? It's so strange. Like, why would you design a bus and a boat? And how is it still floating? Interesting. Well, it has wheels, and what do you think happens with the wheels when we go down in the water? They stay the same? They go up inside? Yeah. Inside? Or they have wings and fly away?
Wings.
Go up inside? Good guess, good guess. The right answer is actually they stay the same. The reason to this is because when we get back up on the ramp, the captain will feel the bottom of the sea. He will press a button, and then the back wheels will start to spin, and then we get back up on the ramp again. So he uses the back wheels to get back up. So the wheels are still there, you know. Hello guys. And also, like, how was this thing built, you might be wondering. The first one, which is like my absolute top museum, it is the ABBA Museum. Have you been there? Yes. If you haven't been there, I'm telling you, you have to go. I've been to a lot of museums and this is extremely good. If you like ABBA, of course. It's a bit pricey, but the price is worth it. We also have, of course, the Museum of Alcohol, if you like shots. You can find a lot of animals, you can walk around in the nature, and it's also the world's first and only open-air museum. So you walk around in the openness of nature, you know. And since 1979, we had a TV show that's been broadcast from Skansen called Sing Along at Skansen, or in Swedish, Allsång på Skansen. And this is where we sing along to these typical Swedish songs. And usually a lot of like live TV shows has been ruined because, you know, we don't really watch so much TV here anymore in Sweden. But this is the only one that's still existing. And I don't know why, because us Swedish people, we are very like introverted. And we actually don't like it. Beautiful sailing ship. That is so cool. beautiful ship there. Have you been past over there? The Vasa Museum or the Vasa ship is a must visit. And as you can see, the mast is very big. It is 52 meters, which is the same height as the original Vasa ship. And the Vasa ship was gonna go on her maiden voyage on her way to Poland. She went from the Royal Palace, which is somewhere over there, and about where we are right now, actually. And then she sank. Wait, yeah. And the ship was in the sea for over 300 years until a man named Anders Franzén was able to pick the whole ship up and restore her. And you have the Vasa Museum. And now we're gonna make a turn because we're gonna see two different things. The first one is a red house on top of the hill over there with the Swedish flag on top of it, on the right side actually. And as you can see, I think it is blue, yellow, and it's hard to see. I hope it's a Swedish flag because otherwise we're doomed. Yeah, I think we're good, guys. We're good. And also during the summer they have very cheap concerts. I think you pay like 400 crowns for the whole summer to go to every concert, which is like very affordable. And now, guys, I have another important question. Who is the strongest girl in the world? And there's also something in here called the story train. And what is the story train? It is actually one of Astrid Lindgren's last recordings before she passed away, which is very cool. So if you want to hear her voice and her last recording, you can go in here and go on the story train. And now that we're talking about Astrid Lindgren, do everyone in here knows about who this woman was? Her apartment in 2002, and when she passed away, her funeral was a very sad moment because we all really love her and she has a place in all Swedes' hearts. And her funeral was like a state funeral basically, like everyone was there, like the royal family, and you can look at it. And while we do so, I'm gonna put on the Pippi Longstocking song. Maybe you heard it when you were a kid, but this is the Swedish version of it. So people doing inventions within physics, chemistry, piecework, literature, psychology, and medicine, they win the Nobel Prize every year here in Sweden. And the reason for the Nobel Prize is because Alfred Nobel didn't want to give his money to his grandkids. So he decided, I'm gonna do something better for humankind and invent the Nobel Prize actually. That's to the left from the white one. It was in 2001 the most expensive home ever sold back then. It was sold for 7 million euros, which is like 70 million crowns. So that's a lot of money. And the White House have had the same owner since it was built, which is of course UK embassy. And also, if you see the brown house in the corner over there, on the left corner, and that is actually used to be the American embassy. Don't know why they changed it to the other gray building. Alright guys, we're starting to see land and we're not dead yet. Woo! Yes. And now we just need the last luck so we can get back up on land again. Can we make it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. And we are on land. Give it up for the captain. Alright, so to celebrate this fun time,